my wife and I have been member of Caucus for Christ since 2006. And we are member of Metro Manila Central C 2A. Foremost, I'm an artist, humanitarian. I actually wear many hats. Humanitarian, artist, resource speaker, motivational speaker as well. Right now, I head the National Committee on Art Galleries under the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts. I was raised in a family of 7, and we've always been like a happy family, a model family, if you wish, if you will. Did my MBA at Ateneo, where I met my wife, and my wife is a widow, by the way. Meanwhile, I was there because I was looking for a partner in life. But yes, so she found me. She thought I was very handsome. No, well, so we've been married for 26 years already. And last year, we celebrated our silver wedding anniversary. March 19, so during the feast of Saint Joseph, and coincidentally, last year was also the what do you call that? The year of Saint Joseph. So it was very, very meaningful for us as well. So we have one child. Her name is Belay, Maria Isabella Rayos Del Sol. She was born August 15 during the Assumption. In 2006, when my father died, there was some kind of family feud. We were not spared. There was a family feud among our siblings, and I have been the target of this family feud. And I was accused of so many things, and that's why I went through some sort of depression. And during that time, I was searching for an answer. I questioned God a lot of times, and on top of this conflict with the family, there was financial problem as well, and there was faith problem, because while we thought that we have been praying a lot, we prayed the rosary. Meanwhile, my wife was very much involved in this manghuhula, and it's like she was beholden by this lady, and it causes a lot of tension and conflict in our relationship as well. So all of this happened during that period in between 2005 to 2008, and there was also the question, because my daughter was studying in Quebec during that time, and we were having problem financially, and we thought that I would not be able to, she would not be able to pursue her study in Quebec anymore, and it added to my depression, it added to my conflict, it added to all the questions that I have about God. Actually, I questioned God during those times. Do you really exist? Do you really love me? These things. During those times, when I had all this, when I went to depression, it's because I was accused by my siblings of squandering my father's wealth, or I took advantage of my father's generosity and all that, and I was questioned a lot about money. Did I spend my father's money? Did I misuse it? Did I mismanage it? Those were the accusations to me, actually, and my brothers and sisters, whom I love so very dearly, are the ones questioning me. That's why it really hurts. So that during that time, because of that, I turned over everything to them, all the thing, all the businesses, all the money that was entrusted to me by my father. I turned it over to them, and I don't want to have to do anything with my family anymore during that time. So that's why when I cut my um, when I cut this tie with my family, what follows was financial crisis, because part of what is supporting me is the allowance that my father is giving me from our grant. So when I turned it over, I cut everything. So we were on a financial crisis as well. So when during the financial crisis, the lowest part of our financial crisis is that we were like scratching the bottom of our cauldron. And I remember vividly when my daughter told me, "Daddy, we have no more, we have no more toothpaste." And I said, "Oh." And I said, Anak, salt is good for your gum. And then I'm sorry, every time I tell this story, it makes me cry. So salt is good for your gum. So I ran away and screamed. Uh, but of course, when this thing happened, it did not happen overnight. It did not happen because I had a very comfortable lifestyle. So little by little, we have no more, maid. And then I remove our driver, and then the coins that I have been putting. When you get home and you have coins in your pocket, you put it in a bottle. I've used that. I am somehow I'm a proud person. Nobody knows that I'm going through all this thing.
It's just
For me, I was thinking, was it cleansing? Was I being tested? Is this a karma? I asked the Lord. Lord, what is this? When I entered the CLP, I remember Bobby Aquino asked me, "Who invited you?" And I said, "Nobody. I just saw the poster." And then they got very excited when they said, "Poster! Our poster works!" So, ano talaga yan? It's very first time that they had somebody responded to a poster, because most of our members is by invitation, and talagang sapilitan, alagaan, bantayan para to finish that. But anyway, we were there, and I found a home in Couples for Christ. So in Couples for Christ, of course, we do a lot of sharing. And during that time, I was sharing about my ostrich egg, as a hobby. So coincidentally, the other members of for CLP owns a gallery. Her name is Attorney Doste, Amy Doste, and she was very intrigued with my sharing. She said, "Danny, I'd like to see your ostrich egg artwork." So I said, "Okay, I'll bring it next time." So I brought it next time, and then when she saw it, she said, "Danny, this is so amazing. Do 30 of this, and I will do a one-man show for you." So I said, "Really?" So I was excited. 30 pieces, but that's a lot. And that was July, right? And let's do that in December 2007. So I had like 7 months to do all these things. And then I was able to make 28 pieces of different designs, different inspirations. And lo and behold, it was sold out. And if being sold out is a success of, is a measure of success in art, then I guess that was very successful. And it partially answered the financial crisis I have, because she handed me the cash sale from my artwork, and I said, "Oh my goodness, this is a lot." So I was able to pay my credit card and people I owe money from. So I said, "Let's do it again." So after so many months, we did it again, and it was another sold out exhibition. So from that time on, I dropped all other titles that I had before, because I was a president of a small company, I was a corporate secretary, I was a manager in U of T, I was a supervisor, and I dropped all of that. Nothing gives me more satisfaction than artist attached to my name. So now I'm an artist. Because during that time when I started to build a clientele in Austria, I already have art collector base. If you look at my work, most of my works are religious in nature, because that is my way of evangelizing. I always do the image of Mama Mary, the image of Jesus Christ, and the images of various saints. Every time I work on Mama Mary, I sing Ave Maria, gratia plena. And by the time I finish, so I will be able to finish it in maybe 4 days, 1 week at the most. By the time I finish it, I must have sung 50 Hail Mary, and that is equivalent to 1 rosary. I must have finished a rosary every time I finish 1 ostrich. And mind you, this is not reciting. This is singing Ave Maria all the time. So, yon. I use that. Sabi ko nga, I use my artwork to evangelize. I don't necessarily have to use words or to convince everybody to teach doctrine. But sometimes my artwork is enough for me to evangelize. And for most part, it's healing for me as well. Because I say healing because every time I work on my ostrich, especially the Mama Mary, it takes away from me all the negative feelings, the negative emotions, the fear, the anger, all of that, because I just focus on Mama Mary. So in a way, over time, every time I do that, it's healing for me. So my wife was telling you earlier, he was such an angry person. I am no longer an angry person. I'm no longer a hot-tempered person. Being an ostrich artist, my claim to fame really is actually ang nag-iisang ostrich artist ng Pilipinas. Until now, over so many years, ako pa rin ang nag-iisang ostrich artist ng Pilipinas. Walang gustong sumunod sa mga yapak ko eh. Pero the beautiful thing about this, I have been doing this for long. I have used my art in my humanitarian works. For example, during the Taal volcanic eruption, I auctioned my artwork and the artwork of some of our friends. We auctioned it, and the money that we raised were around like 250,000 for the 3 artworks that we sold. We used it to help the victims of Taal volcano. Also during COVID, we raised 2.6 billion selling our artwork, my artwork, and the artworks of our friends in the industry, and we were able to raise 2.6 billion so that we could purchase, we could give PPEs, because during that time, there were no PPEs, and we were the very first few NGO who were able to provide PPEs, and we were able to provide from Apari District Hospital to Holo District Hospital, from the northern part most of the country to the southernmost part of the country, and that's a lot. I have been using this artwork in most of our fundraising event to help our kababayan, especially in times of crisis, and that is my way of paying it forward. It's really because when you pay it forward, you become a person for others, and this is our ultimate goal in our lives, really. If you become a person for others, if you live not just by yourself, just like the teaching of our Lord, that is our ultimate goal in this life. If you want us to gain the salvation or the heaven, diba? When I started questioning God now about the things that are happening to us, I asked him, are you testing me? Are you punishing me for the wrongdoings that I did before? Or you're just asking me to trust you because of the promise that you have something better in store for me? That revelation came to me. The revelation that, Danny, I have something better for you. It came to me in answers to all my questions. Finding a school for my daughter in Philippine Science High School where I don't have to spend. And then we have another problem with a case with relatives, and it forces us to talk with my siblings. And when we were forced to talk with our siblings, we were able to communicate again our feelings, our reactions, our thinking, and we disclose ourselves again to my siblings. And little by little, the healing came. And as a matter of fact, only last month, or this last month, I visited my sister in Canada, whom I have not visited since 2009, and she welcomed me with a warm embrace. It's like we're all healed. Time healed, situation heals, and of course, Lord Jesus Christ is very much there in front of us, because my sister had become very, very spiritual. She had become very religious, same with me, and we speak the same language now. We speak the language of the Lord. For those who are experiencing crisis, for those who are experiencing problem, and you started questioning the Lord, why is this thing happening to you? Why are bad things happening to good people? Why the whys of things? Because you did not get what you prayed for. Actually, all prayers are answered. Sometimes the answer is no, because God has something better for you. And I am a living example of all that. And I am the living example, and I could witness to all of these things, that you'll just have to be very, very patient and learn to trust. Because if you learn to trust the Lord, you would know that Our God is not promising you, He's not giving you problem because He's promising you. You are experiencing owning in your life. You are experiencing these things because God is preparing you for a bed of roses. God is preparing you for something very beautiful in your life. So, if you have anything, any problem, learn to trust the Lord. Hello again. My name is Rayos Del Sol, and I am a living example of Christ heals. He does, really.